Oh, very good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Aquatic Ballpark. We finally got the audio working. Joined with Joe Van Wiegen here in commentary for this first grade game, the final game of the regular season here at Aquatic Ballpark. Manly winning the 18s earlier. Greater Western wrapping up second spot in the standings with a win in third grade. Then Manly taking the Chocolates 7-2 in second grade to wrap up second spot. Joe, very good afternoon to you this afternoon.
Thank you for having me here.
Bit of a jam here for Leo Matsuo in the first. Nobody out. He's got the bases loaded behind him. So we'll see how he can wiggle out. And it's going to be Heath Gray to bat. He takes strike number one. As always, just having minor technical issues. 1,000 things happening once, and even with the extra bit of time before the start of this game, still couldn't quite get things finished. That one's going to be fouled off by Heath Gray. He's going to be behind 0-2.
And you're great that you got the great migration of all the kids chasing after the baseball.
Yeah, nice big crowd in attendance tonight, this afternoon, for the final day of the regular season. And curveball gets Heath Gray on the inside corner. Nice pitch there by Leo Matsuo. He's still got a little bit of work to do to get out of this first sitting jam. Ian Bolton, your home plate umpire tonight, and Ben Nash in the field. We finally have some cloud cover, Joe. Taking about 42 degrees off the temperature.
That's it. Unfortunately, third grade was in the midst of the peak.
Yeah, tough conditions even for the 18s. It was quite warm this morning as well. That's ball one to the new hitter.
Check the swing, but no, he didn't.
On ball and one strike. To Matthew Forbes, the shortstop for Greater Western. Ground ball on the ground to Kai McIntosh Walsh, who can't find the ball. He'll still get the out at first. It will cost Manly a run. They couldn't quite get the double play to get out of the inning. But a nice recovery by Kai McIntosh Walsh. To get the second out. Just kind of got McIntosh Walsh in between the grass and the dirt there in the shortstop hole. He didn't have to knock it down. Won't be charged an error because he got the out off it. It'll be a fielder's choice. And now the first pitch to Chris Manuel is up for ball one. Yeah, unfortunately, third grade just not able to come back and steal that victory at the death. Just a game of a few missed opportunities.
Definitely.
One ball and one strike here to Chris Manuel. Batting from the left side. Ripped it foul up the line and out of play.
And kids with the foul ball, if you go down to the first base dugout, sorry, the third base dugout, and grab a ticket, you'll get something from the canteen.
Oh, just maybe a little bit low on that one. Nicely laid off there by Chris Bolton.
I think Kenny was expecting it to go past him.
Chris Manuel, rather, sorry. Umpires Ian Bolton. Outside corner. Missing there. 3-1 the count now, or 3-2 rather. So full count. Runners on second and third. And that one just missing as well, so the walk will load the bases once again. I'll bring up Hayden Salt for Greater Western. Not quite sure where that missed there.
Yeah, a
Joe?
little bit of it's a tough call, and Leo definitely showed his displeasure to that call.
Couple of pitches in the same spot. Outside corner. Leo gets the call on this occasion. Strike number 1. Inside for ball 1. And he finds, no, he doesn't find the zone there. Umpire in Bolton not giving that inside corner for Leo Matsuo. Just feeling a little bit squeezed here. He's the Manly starting pitcher. 2 balls and 1 strike to Hayden Salt. Leo's going to have to find another corner to pounce on. Lifted high, Newbold coming in for it. McIntosh back for it. And it'll be the shortstop, Kai McIntosh Walsh, to make the catch. But the Warriors strike first. Could have been a little bit worse for Manly, but Leo gets out of the bases loaded jam with just the 1 run on the board for Greater Western. Their batting lineup, Thomas Eli is in left field. James Yates batting second, is at third base. Luke Harris, a designated hitter, batting third. Heath Gray in the clean-up hole. He's at first base today. Matt Forbes is at shortstop. Chris Manuel at second base batting 6th. Hayden Salt, the last out there in the 7th hole. He's in centre field. Nicholas Chowdhury, long day for him. He was here for the 18s. Now he's catching first grade. He's down in the 8 hole. And similar for Caden Nash. He caught 18s and is now playing right field here in first grade for the Greater Western Warriors. For the Manly Eagles, it'll be Kai McIntosh Walsh to lead things off. He's at shortstop. Looks like the positions have been missed here. Yoshi Umezawa, he's actually at second base. He'll bat second. Tucker Hyodo's batting third. Tom Newbold's in left field. Kenny Nato doing the catching, batting 5th. 6th rather, Zach Newbold batting 6th, he's in centre field. Luke Donaghy's in right field. Tatsuya Hiramatsu in the 8 hole at third base. And Drew Gillespie, your designated hitter this afternoon in his final first grade game for the Manly Eagles. Unfortunately, results didn't go their way on Wednesday night with Borkham Hills coming back and beating MacArthur. And then Cronulla and Ryde getting washed out. Ended Manly's season. But they're just going to finish the season strong. If they can finish this one, it'll be 6 straight wins to finish the year. And maybe had 1 or 2 results gone their way earlier on in the year. They could have been playing finals baseball, but it's not to be. What we can do now is play well in front of another nice crowd of about 200 or 300 here at Aquatic Ballpark. It's been about 35, 36 degrees all afternoon, and there's some nice big grey clouds in the sky. Hopefully they don't dump on us, but it's giving us some protection from the sun. And once they do disappear past the trees, we might even be able to take this tent down. Bet she wants to do that though, and it might start raining on us.
It's always the way, isn't it?
So bottom of the first, Kai McIntosh Walsh will lead us off.
And leading off for your Manly Eagles, number 5, Kai McIntosh Walsh.
Fortunately, the centre field camera not playing ball this afternoon. And we have to bring you the shots from behind plate. Finds the outside corner for a called strike 1. Up the third baseline, and it's just foul. And 2 here to Kai McIntosh Walsh. Oh, juice. Apologies there, ladies and gentlemen. Still had the lineup graphic on there as McIntosh Walsh will ground out for the first out of the inning.
To the plate, number 3, Yoshi Umezawa.
Just the one other game on the cards today. It's Cronulla and Ryde over at Bonnet Bay. It was Cronulla who ended Manly's season in the 18s today with that 5-0 win over Ryde. So the 18s won't be playing finals either. First pitch to Yoshi Umezawa, a record strike. They did do things the hard way though. They ended up drawing against Ryde after leading that game 5-0. Umezawa swings through that one. Quickly behind 0-2. And they had a host of other games where they led and then gave the lead away late. Combination of strategy decisions and performance-related issues.
And don't forget, kids, take the foul balls over to the Manly dugout and you'll get a ticket for a surprise from the canteen. And no pummeling.
Down in the dirt. And Umezawa doesn't chase it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I think it might be time for a sitzel, Joey.
They're probably one of the best around.
Back straight to the middle. And the pitcher Cameron Baird does the job there. Runs over to Heath Gray at first. Very
He almost should have just walked all the way over to first base and got the out himself.
That's when you trip over a couple of steps before the bag and completely miss it, and then you look like a real silly goose. So 2 out now for Taka Hayota. Cameron Baird looking to work a 1-2-3 inning here in the first. Innings. And it will be a 1-2-3 inning just as Heath Gray has to reach all the way down, the 7-foot first baseman, pick up the ball off his ankles. And we are through the first. We'll head to the second. Manly trailing 1-0. Top of the second. And Matsuo just struggling to find the zone a little bit here. Doesn't want to take too long to find his spot. This game might be over before he knows it.
And struck him out for the first out of the inning.
That's a nice strikeout for Nicholas Chowdhury. I must have missed the first two pitches of the at-bat. Thought I got back in time.
I'll definitely build the confidence that he wants.
Yeah, I think just only give out that first run. It's usually pretty good. Sometimes when he gets in those jams, he gives up 2 or 3. Nice play there by Yoshi Umezawa. Stabbed by Taka Hayoto. And it's 2 quick outs on 2 pitches. And we go back to the top of the lineup for Greater Western. Thomas Eli will get his second at-bat in 2 innings. After Leo loaded the bases, gave up a run in the first, loaded the bases again on a walk. Outside corner, he's found his spot now. See if he can live there.
I think the talk with Brian Murphy after the first outing has definitely helped out.
Yeah, he just feels sometimes he gets squeezed on a couple of pitches and then doesn't quite have the confidence to throw them. That one's going to bounce off the bat and then off the helmet of Kenny Nato. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So instead of getting it, Sinsel Matter went and fixed that camera issue. Someone's going to go get that Sinsel in the next half inning.
At least the camera looks good now, mate.
Yeah, that's it. Thomas Eli trying to wear that one on the hip, but the ball breaking too much for him.
That's the second one that he's expected to hit him, but it hasn't.
I think he had a couple on the first inning as well. Pops up, right side, Hayoto in foul territory. And he makes the catch, and Leo Matsuo, after labouring in the first, has a 1-2-3 inning here in the second. The sun has pierced back through the clouds. We'll head to the bottom of the second inning. Manly trailing 1-0, looking for some more, looking to get on the board. Tom Newbold to lead things off for Manly. I'll tell you what, Joe, we've got a pretty good canteen crew up there. They're getting absolutely slammed. So I forewent the chicken schnitzel and passed by the barbecue and grabbed a couple of sausages, and that one's going to be dropped into left field.
And a rope out
On Newbold keeps his recent run of hot form alive with a hit there. So lead-off man aboard for Manly here in the second. And first hit of the ball game. Greater Western one run on one hit. Manly no runs, one hit here in the bottom of two. Kenny Nato hitter now for Manly. Takes the first pitch down in the dirt.
I'll get there.
Kenny Nato rips it foul up the third baseline. There's been some close ones up there today, Joe.
Definitely.
A couple in each grade. Some have been fair, some have been foul. We've got the roof of the scorer's hut kind of blocking our view of that third baseline. I think Brendan Haythwaite had one in his first at bat, just straight out the line. I thought it was foul, but it was called fair. Check on Newbold over at first. So one-on-one here to Kenny Nato. Down in the dirt. Newbold opts not to move up to two. Nicely knocked down by Chowdhury. On look over at first by Baird. Upstairs, taken by Nato, 3-1 now. Hit on the ground to Yates, who fires up to second base to get one, and then over to Heath Gray at first base. So Kenny Nato grounding into the double play there. It's two quick outs. Lead-off man retired. Not quite how Manly had drawn it up. Bring to the plate Zach Newbold. Manly 13-13. Greater Western 3-12. Zach Newbold rips that one into left field. Long run for the left fielder. And it's down for a base hit. Thinking about two.
Left field there from Zach will bring to the plate number 43, Luke Donaghy.
3-20 rather, the record for Greater Western this year. 13-13 Manly looking to finish above 500 with a win today. First time in about 6 years. So the young under 18 shortstop in Luke Donaghy stands in the box. Check over on Zach at first. just off the hands, over the top of second base. Zach Newbold's going to go corner to corner. 2 out base running by Zach Newbold there. Luke Donaghy just fending it off his hands, picking himself up a base hit. And Manly now runners on the corners looking to get that run back. And the man to do it's right here in Tatsuya Hiramatsu. Loves chasing the first pitch. See if he can put one in play. He had one of those close hard-liners on Wednesday night. Up along third base. And he won't get a chance to swing the bat. He's going to be hit in the back as Luke Donaghy was stealing second. So that hit by pitch will load the bases, and it'll bring up Drew Gillespie as once more that sun just peeks out from behind the clouds.
I reckon we're going to have a bit of... I'm going to have... I don't know. Hold on.
Bit of sunburn? Start again.
I reckon we're going to have the sun for the rest of the Arvo now.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like any thick clouds behind it.
That's all right. It's in that really tricky spot as well. What we might try and find some cover for that. I think I know where I can find some. Half-hearted swing there by Drew. Realised halfway through it that he didn't want it. On 1 to the Manly DH. And he check swings there and fouls it off. So he's in the 0-2 hole. 2 out, load of bases. And they're looking to tie this ball game up, or better still, take the lead with the speedy Donaghy at second base. Drew had a 4-hit night against Riot a fortnight ago. And he will foul tip into the glove. So Manly load the bases, but they can't get on the board. They'll leave 3 on. We'll head to the third. Greater Western leading 1-0.
Looks like...
Couple of base hits to start the top of the third. Heath Gray steps up. Yates and Harris aboard at first and second. Corners drawn in. Gray fouls off that pitch. Hopefully that sun drops pretty quickly and the shade takes effect. And Heath Gray goes straight back up the middle. Incoming will be Zach Newbold, but he won't have a play. James Yates just froze for a minute, made sure the ball got into the outfield, which it did. So now loaded bases. For Greater Western. Not going to add to their 1-0 lead. Kenny Nato just out to check or to chat with his pitcher. The 5-hole hitter, Matt Forbes, coming up. He's reached on the fielder's choice to drive in a run. So we'll see how Leo responds here. Hasn't been his own doing on this occasion. It's been some good hitting by Greater Western. The middle infielder playing back for the double play, so they're happy to give up a run for 2 outs, at least one if they can get them. They'll give up 2. They'll give up a run to get 2 outs. That one's on the ground. This is going to Yoshi. He bobbles it. Still has the play at first. Nicely taken there by Taka over at first base. Umazawa just dropped the ball for a second, picked it up, stood on second, threw it over to his countrymen and Taka Hayato at first, and they do get 2 outs there. They do give up a run. But they're 2 outs closer to getting out of the inning. Nice play there, Joe.
It was a great play. Definitely helps Leo with a bit of pressure that he had on him.
Brings up Chris Manuel. Walked in his first at bat. Now he's just pulled that one into right field, but it'll be foul. 1 ball, 1 strike to Chris Manuel. And Matsuo almost out of this jam. Outside corner. And that one's on the line to Yoshi Umazawa for the 3rd out. So Leo gets into another jam. He gives up 1 run and he's able to get out of it. So Manly head to the bottom of the 3rd, trailing 2-0 against this Greater Western Warriors side. That'll be the top of the lineup for Manly here in the bottom of the third. 1, 2, 3 with McIntosh, Walsh, Umazawa and Taka Hayodo. It's a nice shot there. In there for a called strike. On 1. Mac grounded out in his first at bat. One with the third here, Manly trailing 2-0. They've picked up 3 hits. Left the bases loaded in the second. Manly got out of a pair of bases loaded jams in the first and the third. That one away. 2 balls. Three balls and 1 strike. Up the top of the zone, and it's a lead-off walk, so certainly how you like to start an inning. Get the lead-off man aboard. Yeah, good. You just come when you're ready. Yeah, that's good. That's what I like. Check on McIntosh, Walsh over at first base. And one inside. Oh, she's got that tendency just to jump away from the ball. I don't know if you've noticed, Joe.
Yeah, it does shy away when the ball starts hugging the inside corner there.
It's no good if he's facing Leo.
No.
He'll be jumping out all day. The ball is forever coming at you. And somehow finds its way back into the zone. I've got 3-0 here. Just waiting for Game Changer to catch up. I was just having a quick chat with the almost retired Daniel Goodsall. He has on the ground another double play on the way. That one throw a little bit high, so it won't be the double play. I've talked them out of it. Fielder's choice there for Yoshi Umazawa to reach.
And that will bring to the plate number 94, Taka Toyota.
Daniel Goodsall's going to come and join us in a little bit. He's going to shake a few more hands and have a few more conversations with some more supporters at the ground. Maybe join us in an inning or so. Have a bit of a chat to him about his illustrious career. Takahata takes the first strike from Cameron Baird. Another check on Umazawa. Less of a base running threat than what Kai McIntosh Walsh was, but sometimes you never know. I've seen Nicholas Chowdhury doesn't have the strongest of arms there behind the dish, so Manly may be tempted to run on it. Swing on that pitch by Hayodo. Puts him behind 0-2. Hayodo just laying off that pitch down and away in the zone. Breaking pitch. Gets Hayato up and in, so working the count nicely. He's down 0-2. He's got it back to 2-2. That one's high in the zone, so he brings it all the way back to fill the count up. Action pitch coming here for the Eagles. Very toss over to first base to keep Umezawa close to the bag. So 3-2. Takes ball 4 and draws the walk, so Umezawa took off. Just a little consequences. It was ball 4. Tom Newbold steps up for Manly. Got a hit already today. He's been swinging a hot bat of late. Checks his swing. Down for ball 1. And he rips another one into left field. Yoshi Umezawa is going to be waved home. Taka Hayato moves up to second base. Manly cut the lead in half. Nice bit of hitting there by Tom Newbold. And they're on the board here in the bottom of the third. Kenny Nato dropping down the bunt, up the line along third base, and it's going to just roll foul. Again, just out of our shot with the top of the scorer's booth in our way. Nicely executed bunt by Kenny, just missing its target, trying to move both the runners round. Zach Newbold standing on deck. It was Kenny who grounded into a double play in his last at bat. Breaking pitch. This is outside. Tom Newgold's going to have a 6-game hitting streak. He's going to hit in 10 of his last 11 games of the season. And that one on the ground. Nice backhand there by Forbes. He throws it up to second base for 1. And Kenny Nato is going to ground into his second double play of the afternoon. But Manly get on the board. They get 1. They could have had more. But good defence by Greater Western keeps them at bay. We head to the 4th. Manly trailing 2-1 on the Procar Automotive scoreboard.
In regards to the Procar, I wish Johnny Vecchio congratulations on his wedding.
Yeah, Johnny Procar Vecchio getting married today, so congratulations to him and Lauren.
Hi, I'm Ryan.
I'm Lauren.
And we've had Ryan Manfield Plumbing for close to 20 years now. We started out as a one-man band and now we're up to 10 people.
We're a family-run business with old-fashioned values.
We turn up on time and take our shoes off at the door.
I've helped transition Ryan from handwriting invoices to a completely paperless business. We're able to take payments on the spot to make it easier for customers.
We look after all aspects of plumbing, from your general maintenance to hot water services, gas plumbing, small roofing jobs, block drains, and we can camera your drains as well. We look after all residential work, small amounts of commercial and renovations for builders. So the next time you're in need of a plumber, please think of us at Ryan Manfield Plumbing. Hi, I'm Ryan.
So 2-1 ball game, top of the fourth. Manly getting the run. Check swing up the line. Taka Hayato's in to get it, and he'll race to the base and beat Salt for the first out. So Leo Matsuo starting to find things a little bit. Had a nice 1-2-3 inning in the third. Was that the second? No, yeah, the bases loaded in the third. He had a 1-2-3 inning in the second. And he's got the first out here in the fourth. One out. Side corner to Nicholas Chowdhury. 8-hole hitter. Yeah, Tom Newbold on a bit of a stretch at the moment. It's only the MacArthur game. And you know what? That MacArthur game. Actually, no, it wasn't that one. It's the other one. Yeah, the MacArthur game where he didn't get a hit. That game was shortened because of rain.
Oh.
So he only got 2 at-bats. He would have been unlucky not to get 3 or 4. So you could almost put an asterisk to get that, and you could say it's a, 10-game hitting streak. 2-1, fouled off. Evens the count at 2-2. Let's go back, where is it? 2 for 4 against Blacktown. 1 for 5 with 3 walks and hit by a pitch against Canterbury.
And Leo gets a strikeout.
1 for 3 against MacArthur, 2 for 4 against MacArthur, 0 for 2 in the Ashes game against MacArthur, 1 for 4 against MacArthur, 3 for 3 against Ryde, then 6 for 7 against Ryde. He went 9 for 10 in that series. Obviously the 7 at-bats coming in the 12-inning game. 1 for 3 and 3 for 4 against Cronulla, 2 for 4 and 2 for 2 here today. His average will finish above 400, not since Jalen Ray was here. Do we have a batter finish above 400? Tom Newbold's going to do that. So Chowdhury was down on strikes. Caden Nash now the hitter, the younger of the Nash brothers. Brother Jackson started second grade after starting 18s and was the starting pitcher on Wednesday night. Outside corner. You're not happy with himself. 2 balls and 1 strike. Going to sit down the side in order. Sensing a bit of a pattern here, Joe, as umpire Ben Nash throws that ball foul. And yes, they are related. It's the Nash boys' dad. So, had a feeling we might see Ben Nash today with both of his youngsters getting game time. 2 and 2 here to Caden Nash. Down and in, 3 and 1. All right, Leo, you got a job to do here. You've got to continue this streak. And tell you what this streak is if he's able to complete it. What's the streak, Joe?
Oh, that's... I don't know.
Loaded bases, none out, 1 run in the first inning.
Yeah.
3 up, 3 down in the second inning. Loaded bases, none out, 1 run in the third inning. 3 up, 3 down here in the fourth.
There you go.
There you go. So we're through the top of the fourth. We head to the bottom. Manly looking for more runs. They trail this ball game 2-1. Zach Newbold with the stick in hand, leading things off here in the fourth. And he's going to draw a walk to start the inning.
Number 43, Luke Donaghy.
Back-to-back innings with a lead-off walk for Manly. Leo's been pretty economical. He's obviously had that quick second inning where he went 1, 2, 3. Zach Newbold reads the ball in the dirt and swipes second base just like that. No sliding pad on Zach's hand today. I think his brother Tom lent it to him after he lost his own a couple of weeks ago. Or maybe didn't have a chance to put it on in time. That's 57 pitches to get through the first 4. That's around 15 an inning, which isn't too bad, especially for a pitcher like Leo who likes to throw a lot of lot of pitches per inning. Pick-off attempt at second. Back on the base safely. But he has had the assistance of 2 quick innings in the second and the fourth. After labouring through the first and the third, getting into bases loaded jams on both occasions. 1-0 here to Luke Donaghy. Fouls off the high pitch at the top of the zone. Hoping that Leo can go probably at least 6 or 7. And then hand it over to Drew Gillespie. He's been lights out at out of that bullpen in his recent appearances. He was ready to go on Wednesday night. Outside corner. Came in to get the final outs of the ball game. 2 balls and 1 ball and 2 strikes, in fact. Another check on Newbold at second. Chris Manuel doing the job there. Getting Zach back to the bag. Down and in. Now it's 2-2. Donaghy rips it through the left side. Is going to get past Matt Forbes. Zach Newbold's going to be waved home. The ball's going to be cut off by the third baseman, James Yates. Donaghy back safely at first base. Nice hit and run hitting there. Nice speed shown by Zach Newbold to come round and score. That's a pair of hits for Luke Donaghy today. This one coming with an RBI attached. And it ties up the ball game. Tatsuya Hiramatsu hit by a pitch in his last at-bat. Check on Donaghy at first. Something you see Greater Western do a lot of that I don't see a lot of other teams doing, and that's picking off and keeping runners close. It's a bit of a lost art. And I think the positive to it is they haven't thrown the ball away. You see teams try and do it, and they throw it away. It's happened in the 18s. Ended up costing them a game. It's happened in third grade. And Tatsuya jumps on the first pitch on the hit and run. They execute the pickoff very well. You're not really looking for the out. The out's the bonus. It's about getting in the mind of the runner. Keeping them close to that first base. 0-1. 0-1 here too. Tatsuya Hiramatsu. Nice layoff there, top of the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, the Manly girls had their second win of the year last night. Second win of the year, and a second win by forfeit. So they haven't had to do too much work to pick up victories. They did have a loss the week before against the Boomers. 2 wins, a loss, and a washout on this side of 2023. Luke Donaghy's going to use his speed, and he's going to get up there. Protection swing there by Tatsuya Hiramatsu. Luke Donaghy's going to move up 90 feet. Put himself in a scoring position. It'll be the go-ahead run. If Tats or the batters following him, and Drew Gillespie or Guy Mac Walsh can drive him in. So they move to 7-6 on the season. Outside corner. Tats laid off it. He didn't like it. And Ian Boland's going to call it strike 3. First out of the inning.
Gillespie.
Send Drew Gillespie up to the batter's box. On one with a strikeout, Gillespie. Takes the first pitch there for ball 1. Five for 19, hitting 263, so his average has slowly come down. It was batting 1,000 for a while after going 1 for 1 against I thought it was Canterbury went 1 for 1 for. It's weird. It's got a Blacktown. That one's popped. Heath Gray over to it in foul territory, but can't make the catch. That's a mistake, I think. Gillespie pops it up. Luke Donaghy was on his way to third. And it'll be the second out of the inning.
Number 5, Kai McIntosh Walsh.
So the lineup turns over. Back to Kai Mac Walsh. Manly have tied the ball game up here in the 4th. They're looking to move Donaghy around another couple of bases. We'll see if the leadoff man, Kai McIntosh Walsh, can get that done. Takes a big hack of that one.
Music. Seems like Jimmy's fallen asleep at the sound deck.
It's hard to find good help up there sometimes. Does a good job. It's a hard job to do. You're doing music and announcing players' names at the same time. So 2 out here, 0-1 for Kai McIntosh Walsh. In the dirt. Donaghy's going to stand up on third base. Now just 90 feet away from taking the lead if Kai Mac can put the ball into the outfield. Cameron Baird just slowing things down here. Gets Kai McIntosh Walsh to pop it up over to right field. Caden Nash comes in and collides with his centre fielder. Out there, Hayden Salt, but he holds on to the ball. Caden Nash makes the catch. And we are headed to the 4th, all tied up. Manly 2, Greater Western 2.
Turn toward me and look so weak. I've never seen you with such tired eyes. And everything we said we'd be, we just traded for a suit coat and a tie. And underneath the rows of trees, we'll see you where the ocean meets the sky. Under your toes, the fire grows. You are ready for a different kind of life. Silent bold, the wind is cold. You must return to the wild. Silent bold, the wind is cold. You must return to the wild. Follow me down, there's no one around. Lay back and take your socks and shoes right off. That natural light is so damn polite, can make you feel just like you were young again. Oh.
We head to the 5th inning. Thomas Eli to lead us off. 2-2 ball game. First pitch to Eli's missing for ball one. Swings and misses on the slider on the inside corner. Evens the count at 1-1. That sun's in the perfect spot right now. Looks like it's going to fall behind some clouds too. Showed bunt, pulled it away. Pitch missing by a mile. 2 balls and 1 strike. Finally got to hoe into my chicken schnitzel roll. Haven't had anything since breakfast. It's good to finally put some food in the stomach. Busy day here at the ballpark for the final game of the regular season. We won't head to the playoffs for a fortnight. There was a washout weekend in the program next weekend, but instead of starting the finals a week early, the powers that be decided to put on exhibition games. Gee, that's a close pitch.
Very close. He's the same guy before that is expecting to get hit by that
Yep.
change, that curve.
Exhibition games between an ABL All-Stars team and the Doosan Bears, who are training out at Blacktown at the moment in their pre-season. So, Jesus. Nothing on the inside for Leo Matsuo all day today. So it's a walk there for Thomas Eli. So I'll see how Leo responds after that lead-off walk. He was hitting that outside corner nicely, so I don't know why he changed tact. He wasn't getting the calls on the inside. I don't think anything's going to change, especially when you didn't get it on the first time. It probably would have been smart to hit that outside corner again.
Yeah. Get him chasing.
I'm just a commentator. I'm not a pitching coach. Saying that Leo has struggled with. Yeah, so much movement. Nice stab there by Takahata. Steps on the base.
Oh.
And Kai McIntosh Walsh just can't get the ball into the glove to get Thomas Eli at second. But Takahata, what a find. There was a hole at first base with Luke Brown unavailable and Cody Ivey heading home for his brother's wedding. There's discussion between the coaching group as to who it could be. He gave Taka the job last week and didn't let anyone down, and he's certainly proving his worth here today with another great play, almost turning a double play. Thomas Eli moves up on the ground out. First pitch to Luke Harris is a ball. Pops that one up. Zach Newbold rather over to catch it. Makes the catch. Tom Eli tags. Zach Newbold with the throw, but it'll be offline. Tatsuya's got a long way to go. And it's going to get away from everybody. Thomas Eli is going to come and score. So sack fly for Luke Harris.
Converts into a run.
Fortunate there. It's a nice throw by Zach Newbold, but just got away from Tatsuya Hiramatsu, who isn't the best side to side. Couldn't get across to cut it off. And allow Greater Western to jump back ahead. And now Heath Gray will step up. With 2 out, takes the first pitch from Leo Matsuo for a called strike. Can't hold it back in the hole, 0-2.
And don't forget, kids, you have to take the foul ball back to the third base, grab a ticket, and you'll get a present from the canteen.
So 0-2 to Heath Gray. And strike 3 called. Looking, he gets the pitch on this occasion. Does Leo Matsuo. Didn't get it in the first at-bat of the inning. Greater Western do get the run, but Manly will come to bat in the bottom half of the 5th. Looking for some more runs. They trail by 1.
Are in awful sorts over in India, 7 for 68. Needing well over 150 or something.
That'll be Matt Forbes to lead things off for Greater Western. Lead this game 3-2. Kicking off the top of the sixth. And there for a called strike one, it'll be Matt Forbes, Chris Manuel, and Hayden Salt. He'll be looking for a 1-2-3 inning. That one's, I don't think the umpire can see it. I don't think he knows where it's going. One ball and one strike. Oh. It's frustrating Leo, that's for sure. It was the same spot as the previous pitch. And Leo now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Misses away. So he feels the count up. As I say that. On the ground to Yoshi Yumazawa. Lets it come to him. Picks it up and a soft toss over to Taka Hayodo to record out number 1.
Number 21, Chris Manuel.
Ground ball, this time up to Hayodo. He goes down to the crouch, fields it, records the out. So a couple of quick outs for Leo Matsuo. Pitch count getting up to 78 pitches now. So as we said before, first 2 outs, generally when you get them quickly, the third outs can be pretty tough. So we'll see if Leo can retire Hayden Salt here. Outside corner for ball 1. Saw Jimmy Miller get a couple of quick outs in the earlier game and then struggle to find the third out. Inside for ball 2. And it's behind here 2-0 to Hayden Salt. Outside corner. Finds the zone on this occasion. Misses there. 3-1. Come on, Leo. Pound the outside corner. Pops it up. Zach Newbold goes back for it and reaches out, makes the catch in centre field. And it's a 1-2-3, top of the 6th for Leo. Manly trail by 1 as we head to the bottom.
By Zach Newbold ends the inning. No run score as we head into the bottom of the 6th. Greater Western 3, Manly 2.
So Zach Newbold, Luke Donaghy, and Tatsuya Hiramatsu would lead things off for Manly here. Bottom of the 6th. Trailing 3-2. Outside corner, called strike. 17 pitches for James Yates in his first inning of work. This is that pitch for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Missing outside. Three and 1 now to Zach Newbold. Not going to be the leadoff man for the Eagles. Pops it up, right side. Long run for the centre fielder, Salt out there. He makes the catch to retire out number 1.
Luke Donaghy.
Donaghy pops it up, right side. It's going to drop in behind Luke Harris, who could only watch the ball trickle over his head. So Luke Donaghy has a 3-hit day. I'll bring up Tatsuya Hiramatsu. He takes off, ball in the dirt. Won't be challenged at second. A couple of stolen bases for Luke Donaghy in this game. He's got 3 hits and 2 stolen bases. See if Tatsuya Hiramatsu can drive him in. 1 away here, bottom of the 6th inning. And check on Donaghy at second. Has him jumping back onto the base. Straight back to the pitcher. Donaghy's got himself into a pickle. He's going to try and outrun himself. Misses the tag. He does have speed. No. And Tatsuya Hiramatsu's going to run himself out. So Manly run themselves into a double play. That's their 4th of the game. Things just aren't working for the Eagles here in the final game of the season. And it ends the inning. What started so promisingly comes to an end. Manly head to the 7th, trailing by a run.
Stage is reporting ready for launch. Ignition.
So change of pitcher for the Eagles. Drew Gillespie coming onto the mound to face the 8, 9 and 1 hitters of this Greater Western lineup. Nicholas Chowdhury. It'll be Caden Nash and then Thomas Eli back in the leadoff spot.
He's working quick.
It's the way he likes it, mate. Get ahead early, stay on top of the batter, maintain pressure. The moment you give the batter a chance to relax and reset, that one won't be in time over to first base. Infield single for Nicholas Chowdhury. Greater Western get the leadoff man aboard. Gillespie will face the lefty, Caden Nash. Off the end of the bat. With the final appearance for Drew Gillespie in Manly colours for this year at least. As a 1-win, 3-loss record for an ERA of 2.53. 36 strikeouts. And that's the 9 walks. Nash trying to lay down the bunt. But Gillespie beats the bat. 0-2. Out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. Attended University of New Mexico and then Southeastern University in Florida where he won the NAIA Division I championship. That one's going to get away. It'll be a wild pitch. Charge to Gillespie. And a bunch of appearances. Sorry, a bunch of starts for the Blue Sox and then a bunch of appearances out of the bullpen through 7 innings against, or 6 innings rather, against the Brisbane Bandits in round 9 of the ABL. Through 7 innings against Ryde in relief in that 12-inning game, which Manly won 8-4. He gets Nash to swing and miss.
Strike him out for the first out of the inning.
First out of the inning.
And that will bring to the plate number 18, Thomas Eli.
It's the weak ground ball to Kyle McIntosh, followed by the strikeout to start things here for Drew Gillespie. One hitter in the top of the 7th, Thomas Eli. Next man to bat. Rocky start for Gillespie against Canterbury. Just lasted the 4 2/3 inning, giving up 5 earned runs. That one's fouled off and out of play. And then it was the game against Greater Western on the Wednesday night. And they got a couple of runs off him, a walk, a pair of strikeouts. And since then, he hasn't allowed an earned run. Eli and Manly now got Chowdhury in the run down, but this ball's been thrown into left field. Luckily, Chowdhury was heading back to the base. Everyone falling over there. The runner Chowdhury fell over. Kenny Nato fell over. Tom Newbold fell over. And then Chowdhury fell over again, going back to the base. Thankfully, Luke Donaghy didn't fall over. He was in left field. He's made the change from right field to left field. Brendan Haithwaite's gone into the game in right field, and Tom Newbold's come from left field to take over from Tatsuya Hiramatsu in left field at third base. Outside corner, but no call. 2 balls and 1 strike. The leadoff man, Thomas Eli. Missing down and away. Thirteen and a third innings of scoreless baseball for Drew Gillespie since that game against Greater Western on the 16th of November. Bottom of the zone. It's going to be a one-out walk, so
Plate number 48, James Yates.
pair of base runners here for Greater Western. Bring up the dangerous James Yates, left-handed hitter. See if Gillespie can find a double play of his own. Manly have grounded into 4. They haven't turned one yet. And one lifted into left field. Donaghy back and then in, makes the catch coming forward, and that'll keep Chowdhury at second for the second out.
Second out of the inning, and that'll bring to the plate number 26.
A good bounce back there by Gillespie to get Yates swinging first pitch. So 2 away here in the 7th. Only trailing by a run. Outside corner, he gets the call on this occasion. On the ground to McIntosh Walsh, and he'll go to third base. You get Chowdhury at third on the fielder's choice, and that'll end the inning. Unconventional, but hey, you do whatever works. And that gets Manly out of the 7th inning. Couple of base runners off Drew Gillespie, but no damage. Manly looking for the tying run when they come back up here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Drew Gillespie leading things off here in the 7th. He's going to try and chance his arm. He's going to get a ball with a bunt. Cheeky little pitcher, bunting to start the inning.
To the plate now for Manly, number 5.
That's how you draw it up.
Very sneaky lead off.
Whoa.
Okay. So Manly with the lead up aboard, and more importantly, it turns it over to the leadoff man in Kai McIntosh Walsh. We're just making room because we've got a very special guest joining us in the broadcast booth. Let me just update the graphics. Kai McIntosh Walsh trying to get his own bunt down on ball and 1 strike. And it's a very warm welcome to the booth to the almost retired Daniel Goody. Welcome. Hang on,
Lukey.
before you do, backhand up to Forbes, gets Gillespie at 2, won't get McIntosh Walsh at first. So another fielder's choice there. I think we've had 3 fielder's choice outs and 4 double play balls. So Manly getting runners on but can't move them all around. Trail this by 1. Goody,
Lukey, thanks for having me, mate.
mate, your aquatic days, playing days at state league level are officially over for now.
Forever.
Forever. Yeah, everyone says forever. For now, until you get coaxed out of retirement in a couple of years' time in 3rd grade.
You never know what happens, mate.
You never say never.
No, you never can say never. Huh? But coaching days,
Oh, you still got coaching days
yeah,
ahead of you.
coaching days are going to come ahead.
Yeah.
There's a little bit too much knowledge in there to just walk away.
Definitely. Too much experience. McIntosh Walsh, bit of a pitch out there by Yates. But the speed of McIntosh Walsh gets him up to 2nd. So 2 balls. 2 balls and a strike, I believe. No, just 2 balls. Hideyoshi Umezawa. So Manly with the tying run now in scoring position. You made the decision, what, midway through the year or in the first third of the year that this was going to be the last. You've been floating around for the last couple of years, but you finally came to a point where you were happy with everything you achieved and said, this is it.
Every year for the last 10 years have been enough.
You haven't been old enough for the last 10 years to call it quits.
But this year, I knew at the beginning.
Okay.
I knew at the beginning. Yeah.
Check on Mac Walsh over at 2nd. Yates is keeping him close.
It's not so much the body. The body's in okay nick.
Yeah, well, you are. You did lose a bunch of kegs before the start of the season.
Yeah, the kegs are gone, but it's just the ability to start to leave, and it's time to. I mean, I've been clogging up 8 pass for the last 10 years. It's time that the younger kids come and take my spot, and even though that's been one of my mottos over the years, never give a sucker, never break, never give anyone else a chance. That's why I've just always here. That's why I'm part of the furniture. But yeah, there comes a time, mate, doesn't there, for everybody.
So how's the week leading into this game been for you, knowing it's your last? Is there the emotions you carry through the week, or is it just another game, knowing that you are happy with the decision that that the career is going to be done?
During the week, it was just another week.
Yep.
Just another day, just another week.
Taka Hayoto on the ground to the left side. He's got speed to beat it out. Check back. Nice play there by Manuel. Checks back on McIntosh Walsh at 30. Had turned the corner a fraction, but he was quick enough to get back to the base. So it's another fielder's choice. But it's the 3-for-3 man, Tom Newbold. Stepping up to the plate. He has we said it's a 12-game hitting streak. And he's 3-for-3 today. Taka Hayoto reaches first base on the fielder's choice. So just another week. When did it start to set in?
Very much a little bit last night.
Yep.
A little bit last night, but very much this morning. When the post came out from Manly Baseball.
Yep.
And I started getting messages from old teammates and players you played against, especially the players you play against.
Yep.
That's probably a little bit tougher, because when they say you're a great guy to play against and you're a great person, that's a little bit tougher.
Yep.
So a very emotional day. Yeah, very, very warm embrace this morning when Mum and Dad arrived, and we got that out of the way.
Yep.
And then I just wanted to win today. Yeah,
Yep.
It wasn't for me.
Yep.
It was I just wanted to come second.
Yep.
And then just give us the best chance that we can moving forward.
Yeah, so we've got the double chance heading into the playoffs. We're going to have to wait an extra week before the playoffs do begin. On the ground to the second base for Manuel. Tom Newbold's perfect day is going to be broken up. He's going to ground out to finish the 8th inning. So Manly get the runners on, but they can't get them in. We head to the 8th. We'll stay here with the Goody. Yeah, so we're going to have to wait an extra week before the playoffs begin. So extra week of preparation, I guess.
Extra week for the body to recover.
That's it.
We've got to love that. I won't. Yeah, it's actually worked out well because it's the old boy's birthday. He's turning 70 next week.
There you go.
So we're going to be away anyway. So that works out quite well.
We've had to make the mad dash back from Foster on Sunday morning, mate.
Yes, that would have been a
Have
little
a
bit
quiet
rough.
one Saturday night.
That was never going to happen.
Yeah, it didn't happen for me last Friday night either.
But yeah, I think we're looking pretty good. You know, I don't want to throw things out there, especially on things that can come back at you.
Yep.
But you know, quietly comfortable. The boys are going off there because Mr. Kane Flew dropped the ball behind the plate.
Yeah, he's been out there the last couple of innings warming up the pitch up. His framing's terrible.
Look, he's a good kid, Kane Flew.
And he's a bit of fun.
He is. Catcher, probably not.
I think I'll be sticking him in the outfield and leaving him there.
Yeah, he does all right in the infield, though.
Yeah.
During practice, he's pretty good.
During practice, he's good. Yeah, that's
during
about
practice. The other boys giving a bit of the second grade boys giving a bit of a round of applause for dropping that one.
Second grade boys enjoying their afternoon after wrapping up second spot ahead of the playoffs. It'll be the only Manly team to qualify for the playoffs this year, with the under-18s knocked out. Although winning today, they needed Cronulla to lose to Ryde, but they beat Ryde 5-0. And it still depended on another result this afternoon, which I haven't gone and had a look at, only because it's academic now. So you get through the next month, you win the second grade championship, and then you go into belting the body mode, playing rugby in winter.
Yeah, a bit of old boy rugby.
Bit of old boy rugby. Yeah. Then once September comes around, I know we're looking well into the future here, but what do you think? What do you think the brain's going to want to do?
I think the brain might want to travel and drink beers.
Yeah, there you go. There's an idea.
Yeah, I'm a bit of I like a few breweries around the place.
Yep.
I'd like to travel around a bit. I'd actually like just to have a little time off.
Summer of goodie.
Yeah, not so much summer of goodie, but the summer of goodies.
Summer of goodies.
Yeah, the kids have and my wife Erin have kind of put things on hold for
25 years.
at least 50, well, at least Erin 20.
Yeah.
The kids 13.
Yeah. Strike out there for Drew Gillespie, retiring Heath Gray to start the inning.
It'd be just nice to get away and do things with the kids and and just become a bit of a normal dad, and not have to worry about the schedule, you know, and look forward and pencil things in.
Plan family holidays around baseball.
Yeah. That never really happened, you know. It's just you just go and do it. You just no family holidays during the summer.
Called strike to Matt Forbes. He's had a busy day at shortstop today. Involved in a bunch of double plays that Manly have hit into. And Drew Gillespie has him in the hole, 0-2. Tell us about one of your fondest, or a couple of your fondest memories, as Forbes strikes out on 3 straight pitches. So Drew Gillespie working quickly. He's got a couple of strikeouts here in the 8th, trying to get Manly into this game and overcome this 1-run deficit.
Well, we've won 3 grand finals in second grade since 03. We've made 4 grand finals.
Yep.
We don't talk about the 4th one.
We don't talk about that one.
No.
I was actually just looking for some hit-by-pitch results the other night, and I saw that one, and I quickly scrolled past it.
Yeah, no, that was a good choice. But, yeah, the 3 grand finals have been huge for me personally, and I think a lot of guys.
And almost an immaculate inning there by Drew Gillespie. He strikes out the side in order. We're going to head to the bottom of the 8th. Manly trailing this game by 1.
Greater Western 3, Manly 2.
But even like the olden days, mate. Like you don't want to talk about olden days, but you know when
Well, you're allowed to today.
when you've been here for 25 years,
Yep.
there is olden days.
Yep.
Even before the clubhouse, there was no clubhouse. It was just the change rooms, and
Yep.
we used to just hang out down there after the games, and then we used to, you know, a lot of guys back then too. We would do third grade, second grade, first grade, and then go hang out with the first graders, and then we'd go end up at the Parkway, and then
old
end up
Parkway.
down in Manly, and then you know that's what we did every Sunday. And then you become a little bit more of an adult, and things.
Get married, have kids.
Well, it's just life starts to take over, right?
Yeah.
And then that sort of stuff starts to fade away a little bit. But I think they're the fondest memories. Like the 3 grand finals are massive. But just like, and also the amount of people you meet. You know, you meet so many dudes. There's been so many club guys over the years too. We just talked about it. We just touched on it a bit in the change room, you know, after our game.
So Kenny Nato to lead things off. This will be the first time he hasn't batted with the runner in front of him. He's unfortunately grounded into a couple of fielder's choices and a couple of double plays. So we'll see if Kenny can't start the fight here. Manly trailing by 1. Fouls that first pitch off. It's interesting that our centre field camera is wobbling as soon as that ball hit the back fence, even though it's 365 feet away. Maybe 380.
Not sure, mate. Never hit it really that far.
So three second grade premierships.
Yes.
We had the premiership in, what is it now, 07?
07 with first grade,
First grade.
Yes.
You won one in the 18s.
Yes, I was a part of that. I wasn't. Unfortunately, I wasn't good enough to play in that one.
You're still part of it.
Still a part of it. Still there. Still there. So yeah, been few. You know, been through a few things. I think over the last 25 years, anything that's happened at Manly baseball, I've been a part of.
Popped up in the centre field. Eli back for it. Makes the catch. Running backwards. So Kenny finally finds the outfield, but it's straight down the throat of the centre fielder. And it's out number 1.
There was a couple of years off there in, I think 08 and 09, when I had my first child, Harrison.
Yep.
And you weren't sure what to expect. So, I took those years off. It was probably a good refresher.
Yep.
And then came back a couple of years, like 3 years later, and started the fight back from third grade, and then and slowly moved my way up, back into my spots. But I've always been a guy to work hard to get your spot. There's never a spot for me. I have to work hard to get there.
Up and away here to Zach Newbold. Manly running out of outs to overcome this 1-run deficit, but as we've seen over the last few weeks, it's always fighting to the last out. They were down to their last out against Ryde when they tied that game up in the 9th. See if you can't get it done a little bit earlier here. Who's been some of your, say, most favourite teammates over the years? I know there's going to be a few, but there's going
to be a lot, mate. I reckon there's about 400 of them.
You're going to have to narrow it down to about 2 or 3.
2 or 3. That's very tough. The first one's going to be Brendan Lewis.
Okay.
So Brendan's been my best mate since we joined in '96.
Yep.
Kind of knew each other before then, and we just became mates. There was 2 years there that we didn't miss a day coming up to Aquatic, and we would hit or throw every day.
Yep.
Like Christmas Day, would come and have a quick hit. It might be only 5 minutes, but we did it every day for 2 years. So we're talking over 700 days.
Yep.
He's number 1.
Yep.
Yeah. He's number 1. All the other ones. There's so many. There's so many. But, you know, an honourable mention goes to Adam O'Neill.
Yep.
I coached him in under 11s.
Yep.
An undefeated season under 11s when I was coaching him. And now playing with him is really cool thing. That's a really special thing. I guess that just shows you how old I am. You know?
Well, you always like to have those little moments where you get to lace them up. That's going to be just fair. It almost rolled foul, but Luke Harris pounced on it, got it in the glove, picked it up, and trot on the bag to retire Zach Newbold. So Manly down to the last 4 outs. It's like when you coach a kid or you have a kid and he gets really invested into it, and then there'll come a time where you'll get to play in the same team as your kid. And I think it's kind of along similar lines there.
Yeah, I had a special couple of years. I had a special year with Dad.
Yep.
I don't know what year it was, but
Luke Donaghy into right field and caught out there by Caden Nash. So James Yates works a clean 1-2-3 bottom of the 8th. And they'll come up to bat in the top of the 9th. Looking for some insurance runs. Manly trail by 1 heading into the 9th inning.
yeah, had a special year with Dad in a 3rd grade winter. Just because Dad had said that was his last year that he was going to be part and that's really cool too. So that won't ever happen, but having him in the dugout today was really special.
Yep.
Got to suit him up. He actually fit into my clothes way too well. But that was a very special thing for me today. And today the club has done above and beyond what I ever kind of expected. You know,
Yep.
I kind of just expected maybe a little Facebook post and a little shake of the hand, and that was going to be it. But then to come up here and see the little thing, thanks Goody number 9, that was very emotional.
Yep. I know when you texted me this morning, your words there, you said, if there was any more of that, you'd struggle to play the game. And I thought, oh, shit, wait till he gets here and he sees the spray paint on the ground.
Yeah.
That might tip him over the edge.
Yeah, it was a tough day. But the great thing is it's not over yet, right?
No.
We got 2 more games.
That's it.
That we're going to win.
Yep.
And then once we've done that, then I can ride off in the sunset, and that's done. But yeah, coming up today it's been a really special day, not only for myself, even though I'm reaping the benefits for it. Mum and Dad have done so many things for the club.
Yep.
Dad built the clubhouse, and Mum scored for 15 plus years.
Yep.
So I'm getting the benefits, but I think it's it's a good sort day, not a goody day.
Yep.
I think it's very special for everybody. Unfortunately, my wife, Erin, is away at a wedding, but that's also a reason why it's time to give it up.
Yep.
It's, she's away at a wedding, I should be there.
Yep.
And baseball comes first. And that's when your kids get a bit older.
Yep.
That's probably time to move along. Yeah, but a very special day. It's been a magic day. There's going to be a lot of things stolen for the man cave. The old Goody Burger sign is gone.
Well, there's got to be a few autographs on that first.
Yeah, and then the nice little. It wasn't really a ceremony, but we were sitting on the hill before with a few boys, and the boys gave me a game ball that was signed. That's very special to me. I do collect baseballs.
Yep.
So normally big league balls, but this is close enough to the big leagues, right?
Yeah, it's pretty big league.
Yeah, it's pretty big league. So
Play 400 games, mate. It's pretty big league.
yeah,
And we will get the exact number on that, hopefully in the off-season. As Hayden Salt goes down, it's 4 straight strikeouts for Drew Gillespie.
that's 400 games without really playing a lot of the doubles.
Yep.
I played a little bit of first grade. I probably played 150, 200 first grade games.
Yep.
But when that double, the Wednesday,
Yep.
Sunday, or Wednesday, Saturday afternoon, Sunday
Yep.
came in.
Wednesday weekend.
Yeah, I was already up to 200 and something.
Yeah.
So I've always been I've always wanted to get 300 games.
Right.
That was always a goal.
Yep.
Because I could be a club historian. I do love the club. I do love this club, and I love the people who come before me.
Yep.
So for me, number 9 before me was Todd Coltman,
Okay.
and I was number 90.
Okay.
And I figured you had to be here long enough to get the 0 taken off.
Yeah.
So you had to be good enough or old enough to get a single digit.
Yep.
So I was 90 when I first started.
Yep. Josh Umazawa over to that one. Picks it up and chucks it over to Hayato. Out number 2.
And at the time there, I think Todd was the highest played player,
Yep.
or the highest played games
Yep.
player, at 284, I think it was.
Right.
It might have been, actually, it might have been a bit longer, but he might have been 3 something and his brother was 284.
Yep.
But whatever it was, I said, Dad, I'm going to beat him.
Yep.
And I don't know when I said it, but I obviously said it.
Yep.
And that was one of the goals, was just to be the highest played
Yep.
player in the club. So it came a presentation night one night, and I'd reached that, but I didn't. I reached it. I knew I reached it. I knew I reached 300 plus games.
Yeah.
But I didn't realise what I'd said all those years ago.
Yeah.
So Dad came over and gave me a big cuddle, and said, "You did it." And I was like, "What do you mean I've done it?" And he said, "You beat Reggie. You beat
Yep.
him. You got him. You've beaten Todd Colt. Beaten Todd Coltman, and you have the most. Well, you've beaten him, because to me he was the leader.
Yep.
Fez has got more games than me, I think. Paul
Yep.
Ferrian. But then, I mean, you got guys like Ash Roberts that are going to take this over pretty quick. But
Yep.
now we've got 2 games a week.
Yep.
Guys are going to take over pretty quick. So I'm going to be, down to 5th pretty quick. But it is what it is.
I wouldn't say pretty quick. It's at least 4 or 5 years. Craig Willis, the pinch hitter, breaks up the string of consecutive outs for Drew Gillespie, and it's a hustle double.
The guy raked in second grade. I think he went 3 or 4 for.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Lead-off hitter in second grade.
They turn the order over for Thomas Eli. Looking for some insurance runs here. They lead this one 3-2 in the 9th.
Very much a guy, though, who knows who's come before me.
Yep.
So even in the change room, we're talking with Heath Dennis, and the Dennises have had a lot to do with the club.
Yep.
A lot to do with the club. And it probably, before there was guys as well that I don't really know, but that was would have been 60s maybe.
Yep.
So, I was just telling the boys, like, get to know the club. Go have a look at the black and white photos on the clubhouse walls.
Yep.
Get to meet, get to see the guys, because a lot of those guys, there's a couple of years there, but it's a full ABL team.
Right.
That's where the nerd comes in.
Yep. On the ground, McIntosh Walsh, bare hander, won't have a play at Eli at first. So, runners on the corners now for Greater Western with 2 out. Just a slow rolling jam shot from Thomas Eli. His second hit of the night. Greater Western with 3 runs on just the 6 hits. Manly have mustered 8 hits, but only knocked in the 2 with a bunch of double plays, disrupting the momentum. So it brings up James Yates. Manly just in a bit of a predicament here. 2 out though. But anything can happen with 2 out. Yates into left field. It's going to drop for a base hit. McDonaghy's way back, playing deep. And just, as I mentioned, anything can happen with 2 out. And James Yates just pokes one into left field. And he puts a run on the board.
I was going to say, there's a big at-bat either way there.
100%.
The boys get the out there. They come in with a bit of momentum. It slows it down a little bit going into the last, but
The first run Drew Gillespie's given up in 15 innings. Off the bat of Luke Harris into the glove of Kenny Nato for foul tip, strike 1. Well, Goody, we've certainly enjoyed watching you play over the years. And like you said, there's a couple of games still to win over the next month as it is now. Grand final still a month away. Hopefully we can bring home that second grade title.
Yeah, it'd be very nice.
It'd
Be a
very
great way to
nice.
finish.
Certainly would be.
But if it doesn't, it doesn't.
Well,
I'm
that's
very
right.
much a realist.
Yep.
You know, you obviously want the fairy tale. And I thought from the very beginning we had a pretty good team. And that's why I called it then and then.
Yep.
I was like, okay, we either go or we don't go.
Yep.
We'll see what happens. An injury to Adam Charman hasn't helped us, but we've also battled through that, and we're doing pretty well. We do miss him, but we're doing pretty well at the moment. The 9 innings is going to hurt. Well, I don't think it's going to hurt, but it's going to be interesting.
It'll test.
It's going to be interesting.
I got a couple of guys like Kai Garlick and Kane Flew who have been plugging the gaps really well. I think Garlick had another couple of hits today. He had a couple of hits last week.
They're a huge addition to us.
Yep. And now and that's strike 3 to Luke Harris. So Gillespie gets the final out. We'll say goodnight to Daniel Goodsell. We'll let him enjoy the final half of this first grade game. His final as a member of the playing roster. I wish him all the best in the finals over the next few weeks. Goody, can't wait to lift that trophy in a month's time.
Thank you, Lukey. It's been an honour. It's been great to make my debut on here. But
I can't believe it's taken you 4 years.
I know it's taken me a while. But you never know what happens next year, right?
Well, that's right.
I got weekends off.
You'll go straight in the media next year, I'm sure.
You never know.
That's it.
Thanks, Lukey, and thank
worries,
you to
mate.
the Manly Baseball Club, because this has been an absolute cracking day. It's been an absolute honour over the last bunch of years, and thanks to Paul Harradine, thanks to Paul Goodsell, thanks to Michael O'Neill, thanks to Jeff Bertram, thanks to Foxy, thanks to Fran Inkster, the past presidents around my time. I may have missed one. If I missed you, I'm sorry. But thank you very much for the last couple of years.
Terry Johnson, Marty Walsh, Eddie Bray.
Oh, so I've missed a few. I've missed a few. That shows you how much I've paid attention. But thank you so much, Manly Baseball. Thank you so much, Lukey. And it's been an honour. Thanks very much.
Well done, Goody. Thank you.
Thank you, mate.
So Brendan Haithwaite's going to lead things off for the Eagles here. Last chance, they trail by 2. Trailing by 2 here. And Brendan Haithwaite. And Brendan Haithwaite just introduces his father, Jason Haithwaite. Swings and misses at that one. 2 balls and 1 strike. Drew Gillespie on deck for Manly. Swings and misses at the high fastball. And he's down on strike, so I missed a strike there. So first out of the inning is Brendan Haithwaite down on strikes. See if Drew Gillespie can't get it started. And they're looking to keep this 6-game winning streak alive to finish the season and finish with a 14-13 record. Gillespie takes the first pitch for a called strike 1. Bottom of the zone. James Yates has been effective, 4 1/3. Just 3 hits. 1 walk, 1 strikeout. 1 ball and 1 strike. Kai McIntosh Walsh waiting on deck. Sun finally has settled, and it's a pretty magical picture out at the ballpark right now. Still a fair crowd in attendance. This final game of the regular season. Fouls that one off. Staying alive here, 1 and 2. Bunch of kids chasing after that ball. I hope they realise that the ball's got to go back into the game. It's not foul ball Wednesday today. Gillespie just fouls that one off. Protection swing. Stays alive. A 1-2 here to Gillespie. Outside corner, nicely blocked. On the catcher, Chowdhury. And Drew Gillespie goes down on strikes. So a pair of strikeouts here for James Yates, looking to finish the game for Greater Western, just pick up their 4th win of the season. It's been a very tightly fought contest here this afternoon. James Yates hasn't allowed an inch. Manly have been their own worst enemy, grounding into 4 double plays on the day, also running themselves into a double play. Or maybe it's 3 grounded and 1 running into, but they've had a few. 2-0 here to Kai McIntosh Walsh. 3-0 now. Looking to get the top of this order back into action. And he draws the 4-pitch 2-out walk.
And a place on ball. Will bring to the plate number 3, Yoshi.
So the Eagles given a breath of life here with Kai McIntosh Walsh walking. Yoshi Umazawa was 1 for 3 today. Scored and walked. First move, McIntosh Walsh goes. Chowdhury can't get the ball out of his glove. That'll be a stolen base. And a called strike 1 on Yoshi Umazawa. So McIntosh Walsh pretty inconsequential at this stage with 2 out. Umazawa drops that. One hand by Forbes. He can't get it. So Yoshi Umazawa gets aboard. Runners now on the corners. That'll be Taka Hyota. With the chance to extend this inning for Manly. Just needs to find a way to get the ball into the outfield. Trick here is just to see a couple of pitches, make James Yates throw you a strike. How long will Yoshi Umazawa stand at first base? You don't want to run yourself into an out to end the game. But you also got to try and do everything you can to get the tying run in scoring position. Top of the zone, ball 2, nicely taken there by Hyodo. Is there a pinch running option on the bench? Probably not. And Yoshi does take off. And it's going to be 3-0 here to Hyodo. And look who's on deck. And ball 4 to Taka. He represents the winning run. So things getting tense now. Yoshi Umazawa's at second, so Tom Newballs needs to find something in a bit of a gap here to make sure Yoshi can score. Brooke Russell does have the tendency to get the windmill going. We'll see if there's any change in his game plan. 5 straight balls now for James Yates. Might actually be more. I can't remember what Yoshi faced. Outside corner, caught a strike. So Yates finds the zone. 1 ball and 1 strike. He's already got 3 hits today. Can he find himself a 4th? Needs to be 1 into the gap. Popped up right side. So Yates in the driver's seat now with the 1 and 2 count. Can he find the pitch he needs here, Tom Newbold? Kenny Nato waiting on deck. He wants an opportunity. Up the middle, that's going to get down for a base hit. Yoshi Yamazawa's going to be waved around second base. He's going to come in to score. Tie ball game here in the 9th. Taka Hayoto all the way around to 3rd. Manly tied up here in the 9th. Great piece of hitting by Tom Newbold. He has 4 hits tonight. 2 big RBIs here. He's absolutely raking this kid, and rightly so.
Right now,
This crowd, it's still a healthy crowd, Joe Van Wiegen.
it is.
People have been leaving, but it certainly hasn't thinned out as much as you'd think. Manly are now a wild pitch away from winning this ball game. Taka Hayoto standing at 3rd. Tom Newbold doesn't need to do anything silly here. He is inconsequential to matters. So he doesn't want to get himself picked off, doesn't want to get himself caught stealing. Let's put those runs on the board, Luke Eisenhower. Pay attention. There we go. Fouls it off. Crowd getting into this one. Jam shot off the hands to Tom Newbold. Just drops into right field. And 2 runs scored to tie this ball game up. Kenny Nato has had a horror of a day. Just think we're losing the angle there on that centre field camera, so we're going to come back to this angle. Oh, he tried the loopy curveball, didn't get the call. 2 balls and 1 strike. Outside corner and at top of the zone. 3 and 1 now for Kenny Nato. Or is it 2 and 1? Lost the count. Getting too excited. It's got to be 3 and 1.
3 and 1.
Yeah, 3 and 1. Ground ball up the 3rd baseline to Heath Gray. And it gets away! Manly win the game! Heath Gray couldn't make the throw. Over at first base, Luke Harris did his best to stretch and make it. But Kenny Nato, he had a horror of a day. He comes up big for the Eagles. And Manly walk it off here on the final day of the season. Tom Newbold, 4 for 5. Luke Donaghy, 3 for 4. Yoshi Umezawa, 2 for 4. Drew Gillespie comes on, shuts down Greater Western. He did give up his first run in 14 odd innings. Leo Matsuo, 2 earned runs on 4 hits, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. Drew Gillespie struck out 6. And the Eagles finish with a 14 and 13 winning record. They finish a game above 500 on the season. They do just miss out on the playoffs, but it's been one hell of a year for this first grade side. Battled adversity, one of the youngest sides in the league. Cameron Baird got the start, 2 earned runs, just on 5 hits, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. And then James Yates was dominant, but Manly jumped on top in the 9th. 5 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. Actually, 3 runs all earned. 3 walks, 2 strikeouts for Manly to win this ball game. Well, from everybody here at the Manly Eagles Baseball Sports Network, on behalf of Andrew Logue, Joe Van Wiegen, Chris Hurley, everyone else who has stepped in to put the production together and bring you Manly Eagles baseball this season, we thank you. We look forward to having you join us next year. We will have the second grade final series coming up in a couple of weeks' time. We play Blacktown in, what are we, tomorrow's the 12th. It'll be the 26th of February and around midday out of Blacktown. But keep your eyes on the social media pages for that one. Manly with the win. Let's put the run on the board. There we are. And we'll hit this button and make it final. Manly taking out the win. A very big thank you to everybody watching at home. And thank you to everybody involved. We are looking forward to this second grade final series. And until September, thank you and good night. McKenny. NATO's walk-off, picture perfect ending.